Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the campaign trail, the real campaign trail, because you know this American campaign trail is not now over with, so that don't apply no more. So this is the brother campaign trail, and man, you see the topic. You already see what it is. The day after, dust settles, smoke clearing still, and we see the emotional reactions by our people of the recent events. And now the the task for me at least is avoiding the emotion landmines planted in our people by the real enemy. Can y'all dig that title? Can y'all understand that title? You know, over here on Digital Soapbox, it's 98 or not 95%, 94, 95% males that follow this channel, that subscribe to this channel. So I'm pretty sure that the males that tune in can relate to this topic, can relate to exactly what this title is talking about: avoiding the emotion landmines. Emotion landmines. You know, these are actually weapons of war, but they mental, psychological weapons of war that can definitely affect us physically in various ways. But they was planted in our people by the real enemy. So if we're looking at the emotional reactions and responses to yesterday's events and where we at today, it's a whole lot of emotional reactions, a whole lot of emotions, a whole lot of disappointment, negative emotions, you know, with our people, because our people kind of represented, you know, what we was looking for. And I just kind of wanted to post this up real quick. I don't really want to talk about one way or the other, leaning towards one side or the other, but this is what the emotions is based on. This, if you can see that, I'm just showing stats. I'm just showing data and facts. If you look down there where it says black men, 5% on the right, it says 78%, according to this 2024, you know, these stats. 78% of black men showed up, right? 92% of black women showed up, you know, for the blue side, for the Democratic side. So from that, it doesn't look to me like it was a weak turnout or a shortage or whatever, or the men didn't step up, the black men didn't step up. It don't look like that to me. So what I'm seeing, you know, in these social media streets or whatever, and what I'm hearing is not an accurate reflection of what the statistics show. But nonetheless, the emotional landmines are in place, and us trying to maneuver through the disappointment, the dissatisfaction, the pride, the ego, the embarrassment, whatever it is, you know, the legitimate feelings that, you know, our people, especially our women, deserve equality, deserve power, deserve influence, deserve their voice. I agree with all of that. You know, I agree with all of that. However, we, you know, clearly have been deceived. We clearly now see in hindsight, even, you know, I can't go into no details or whatever, but manipulated emotionally manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And we seeing that right now. We been built up so much and promised so much, and not to get on no religious text, but if you know anything about the Bible or the Quran, you know something about Moses and Aaron and Pharaoh and his enchanters, his magicians, you know, that knew for sure that, you know, they was going to win by Pharaoh's might. We will surely be victorious. And then, you know, they was striking all kind of deals with Pharaoh and with the powers that be of Egypt, that, you know, if we're victorious over Moses and Aaron, we surely require a reward. And then they was being promised, yeah, you would certainly have a reward, and you will certainly be of those close to me. This is what Pharaoh was promising his magicians and his enchanters, you know what I'm saying? And they produced a mighty, powerful, strong production, one never seen before. And it overawed the people's eyes, you know what I'm saying? And even to the point where Moses was fearful, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, he knew he had the truth, but he was fearful that the great production and the great masses and numbers would just overwhelm him. But his God told him, fear not, you know what I'm saying? Let them cast what they're gonna cast, and then you cast yours afterwards. And the truth, whatever, swallowed up the falsehood, and those enchanters was thrown down prostrate or humiliated publicly. So I'm just quoting what I understand of the book, you know what I'm saying, and how that actually applies and is being fulfilled right now, and trying to get us to not play those roles, because those ain't supposed to be our roles. Those ain't supposed to be our roles. But we happily are putting on them costumes and acting them out and playing them out and getting wrapped up in the character. You know what I'm saying? We wrapped up, emotionally wrapped up in these characters. So I had posted a few posts on my Instagram, and I wanted to just kind of post them up real quick. And the first one was this: the mainstream media's magic spells don't work anymore on us like they used to. All these spells and curses is being broken. By who? We can get into that later, but that's one. And then the other one is God made devil and evil. God made devil. Only one creator. If devil exists, then God created it, like the Bible say, Isaiah, I make darkness and evil and peace and light and darkness, and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. God made devil. So are we mature enough mentally and spiritually and emotionally to learn and accept why? Can we accept why? Can we ask the question why? We mature enough to ask God or ask ourselves, why would you make that? Why would you allow that? Why would you give it power and dominion to rule over us? Why would you allow this recent turn of events? You know what I'm saying? When you know what we deserve, God, and what we suffering from, and we know, he know all of that, but why do you allow that to happen that way? And then the third one was this: Satan would now use their magicians to manipulate our women's emotions and pride, to have them rebel and crash out against our men like never before. So now, the enemy knows they know how to gas up our people to positive, with positive desires and positive emotions, like, yeah, you're going to rule. Yeah, we got this. Yeah, we got rid of the such and such man, and blah, blah, how they did for the last 4 years or whatever, and building them up, get, only for them to be let down, disappointed so emotionally, so publicly, that of course it's going to involve pride and ego. Of course it's going to involve anger, disappointment, all of that, right? But now the same masterminds that programmed us in the first place has already planted, bombs, landmines, emotional landmines in us. So when things don't go our way, you know what I'm saying? If I can't have it, nobody can, and boom, I just blow up the whole spot type of thing. And that's kind of what they have, a remote control, little triggered program of that going on right now, as far as I can see. And it's causing it was already designed to do that. Whether which person would have got in this seat, it would have still triggered the same response. One is just would be based on positive pride versus now it being kind of based on negative pride, negative feelings or disappointment or anger, or, you know, but it's still emotion, whether it's positive, you know, vanity, celebrating and teasing, and that's what we don't want to do. We don't want none of that. That's why, you know, I tried to go as hard as I could go before this, knowing that either way it was not going to be a win for us, really, because we was just being used and manipulated emotionally for somebody else's agenda and aim and purpose. And now when you see the negative emotional force or energy, now they got to redirect that. Now, so, you know, they're going to redirect that against the people that they was going to redirect it against if it was a positive win energy. And that is, unfortunately, us. You know, they own men, they own brothers. But, you know, negative energy hit different than positive energy. You know, positive pride and ego and arrogance hit different than negative disappointment, pride and ego and arrogance. So that's something I'm just studying into and letting y'all share with y'all how I think and how, you know, my guide has been guiding me, you know, since I've been in this work, and how it's a delicate operation. It's a delicate mental, emotional operation that we got to try to perform to still, you know, try to save and help and redeem our people, especially our women, because 75% of this whole work is for them and with them. But if they're the most emotional gender, and then especially if they disappointed or dissatisfied, you know, that's a whole different type of operation, right? So now we have to, as men, that's supposed to be the leaders and the one that's supposed to step up, and we the ones disappointed them in the first place. Now we got to know how to avoid the emotion landmines planted in them by the dragon, by the enemy. Planted and programmed to go off on us. You know what I'm saying? You step the wrong way, you say the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying? You display the wrong type of feelings or emotions, or, you know, they're gonna go off. They're gonna go off on you. Them mines, them grenades gonna go off on us. We see that happening all over the place all day now, right? So I'm not here to really speak on no candidate one way or another. I'm just concerned about us. I'm not concerned about the politricks or the politicians. I'm concerned about us that's always been used as tools and slaves and instruments and disposed of. And you know, like I said, I just don't want to touch on what I have seen on, you know, the details of certain things, but I got this up here because this is what I posted up early, but I don't think I'm even gonna play that. Maybe I just put this little Bible verse up and get up off of here, or I see what y'all want to talk about, because I can't really talk about it, but this is something regarding what I've been saying for the last few months or whatever, or this year regarding, I can't even get into this because I don't want to even step on the wrong type of toes, but either way, but I'm just going to say what the Bible say, right? And that is talking about this particular head of this beast, right? For y'all that don't know, we're taught that the beast is America, right? America is the beast. You know, people say belly of the beast, or the, you know, it's America, and we're the prey. We're the lost sheep, the lambs that was, you know, preyed on and by this beast. So the beast is America as a whole, but there's a head. The beast has a head. You know what I'm saying? And this particular beast, or well, so anyway, let me just read this real quick. And something was that of his head as it were wound to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast once they seen the deadly wound was healed. It don't say who wounded him, and it don't really say who healed him, but it just said he had it wounded in it, a head wound, or the head of the beast, the head of the beast that I just described or explained, was wounded such that, you know, he should have been dead in the water, shouldn't have been able to come back whatsoever. And once they saw that his wound was healed and he did come back, all the world wondered after this beast, meaning America. Now they're wondering after America and the head of America now that was healed. And they worshiped the dragon that gave power to this beast. And I'm not going to get into who the dragon is that gives power to America. And they worship the beast now, saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with this beast now? And there was given unto him a mouth, this beast now, speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given to him to continue 42 months. That's 3.5 years. And he opened his mouth and blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given them, and it was given to them to make war with the saints. It was given to him, you know, this beast, to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindred and all tongues and all nations, meaning all races, all, you know, and all that dwell on earth shall worship this beast, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. So try not to get into no religious stuff like that, but I wanted to, you know, show y'all something without going into detail about it. You can take it how you want to take it. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That, you know, I might even delete this because it's not about that. It's about my people. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's about God. It's about God's people. It's about the devil. It's about God speaking and have spoken. And will we accept what he allowed, or what he causes and what he allows? So, you know, this is my job. You know, this is my little career or whatever, as far as communicating. But I got instructions, you know what I'm saying, not to communicate about this subject, or not take no position one way or another against no candidate and nothing like that. But I'm seeing the reaction. I'm seeing the emotional reaction of our people, and how the stats say that the black men were on board more than ever. It said that the black men was on board, you know, on the blue side more than ever, but it still didn't work out. It still didn't work out in, you know, in our favor. So who caused that? Is God not with us because he didn't give us who we wanted? That's my point. You know, what do we do now emotionally? How do we look at God? How do we look at faith? How do we look at each other? You know, what is our emotional reaction to this? And then, you know, you're going to have the nan and nanas and the people teasing and all of that. And that's not going to get nobody nowhere, but this is something that the enemy knows that we're going to do. They know we're childish and immature, and they know they got plants and agents and provocateurs that's going to do just that, just like they're going to come over here and suggest certain things to try to get me to comment on it, you know, and that's not what this is about. You know, y'all believe in, I don't care who y'all believe in. Y'all believe in that. I don't believe in that. I believe in my people, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get them to see how we're being manipulated and bamboozled and deceived and used, and hopefully inspire you to pull yourself out of that emotional trap that you've been in. Because even if you're happy, your so-called person won, you're still in the trap. If you happy about it, you're probably still in the enemy's trap, just being set up from the positive emotion, just being set up from the different side of the emotional trap game. So you know, that's my duty, you know, and it should be entertainment, but I can't talk too much about that. But I'm you know, my fingers always on the pulse of my people, and I know exactly what they're saying. I hear them, I see them, I feel them. So my job is just to, within the rules and the laws and instructions, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, try to get y'all to see how we're being used, how we've been used, how we've been manipulated, how we've been deceived, and how we're being continuously steered in a certain kind of direction to crash out because of our emotions. So it ain't really much more to say on that. I was actually looking for somebody that there was a couple of people that I called out and challenged because they was in my comments, and they said that they was gonna show up. So I wanted to put the StreamYard link on here to see if they wanted to show up. I can't talk about no politics. I can't talk about this election business like that. Like I said, I'm just concerned about my own people's emotional crashing out or being blinded because of disappointment or celebration or happiness, you know, mocking and teasing and all that. Either way, this is not the time to do none of that. Yeah. I'm trying to hit things from a different angle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else is talking about whatever they're talking about, having they believing in what they believing in. I'm not into that. Keon, what up, Keon?
Damn, what's up, man?
Oh man, you got it. You got it.
Man, I'm just, man, I've been following you for a minute, man. Let me hit this light, man. Get up out of here with my dogs. But nah, man, I've been following you for a minute, man. And it's really sad though that it, we as black people, we go against each other behind these politics.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said it's a shame how we go against each other over these other people's politics that really ain't in our favor one way or the other. That's what you're saying?
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And that's why, you know, I ain't into it. I ain't never voted in my life and never planned to, and been saying that for years and years and years. But I see our people believe in that. They believe that this is the way, I guess, that we gonna come to power or fame. I'm not really sure, but you know, when they use us up like that, and then they just leave us like a dirty diaper, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving. You know, it make us have to ask the question, like, who do we really believe in? You believe in the slave masters? You believe in the system? You believe in a God? Like, who do you believe in? Because that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah, exactly, man. Cause it's like, man, I was at work today, man. I work with a lot of Hispanic brothers.
Oh, you must be hearing an echo. You hear echo? You hear yourself?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you probably have to turn the volume on something down. Something, because if you hear an echo or a delay, then that mean that one of your devices is on with the sound playing in the background. I'm pull you down, and then you can get back on, because I think that it kicked in the little delay thing. Um But yeah, here's the StreamYard link. I can't really participate, but I do want to hear what y'all have to say. You know, I want, only thing I can really participate in is my people, my own people, and trying to help them avoid stepping in any further traps and tricks and agendas. But I can't really even say nothing about that. That's right, Pedro. Dude can't save nobody. Yeah, he ain't saving nothing. Matter of fact, he might expedite the Titanic, to sink faster.
You can hear me now?
Yeah. I heard you the first time, but it was probably a delay. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna make it quick. Man. I'm gonna make it quick, man, and just say, I appreciate you, man, for uh, enlightening us as black men, man. You know what I mean?
Man, it's my honor. I know, like I said, the sound, for whatever reason, they must be tripping on my on this page. The StreamYard was giving us a little troubleshooting warning all day. So I don't know if it's this link that's tripping.
Yeah, but I just want to tap in, KAM, man, and just let you know, man. What you doing, man, is really like it's educational purposes that people really pay attention and listen.
Man, I do you who I do it for, Keon, man. So like I said, I see they tripping, man. So I'm just going just cut the guest thing because they tripping on purpose, I think. But shouts out Keon, you know what I'm saying? Warrior, bro, my bro Warrior on here, man. And I guess that's a sign for me not to even talk too much about this or get off of here real quick. Nate the Great, Walaikum Salam. Yeah, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? This whole thing, like, this ain't nothing. We didn't been through slavery, we didn't been through all kind of stuff. Like, this ain't, this is, for whatever reason we started believing in this, that's the issue. Who made us start believing in this? Who got us emotionally wrapped up in this in the first place when we never needed to be? We never needed to be. This is not our savior. This is not the solution to none of our problems. If anything, it's a distraction. If anything, is lulling us back to sleep. Wasted time or wasted energy. So I'm glad, whoever God is, I'm glad that it didn't go in our favor like that, because it's a reality check and forces us to have to do what we did in slavery and identify who the real enemy is, what camp we really supposed to be uniting with, together like a solid wall, and let it be what it's going to be. Salute, Jones, man. Thank you, Jones. I got the Cash App microphone. Peace, bro. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, KAM.
All right, so it's a delay. It sounds like it's a 10-second delay. So I'm just gonna be quiet and let you say your piece, because they're not wanting us to talk right on time for real. So
Okay, first and foremost, I'm from Houston. I'm a major fan of yours. I ain't gonna get into that because I know how you feel about that. But today, just like every other day, I call my mom when I'm at work. So I'm a truck driver. So I listen to you while I'm on the road, like it's real food. So today I call my mom, and just like if it's something wrong with me, she can hear it in my voice. If it's something wrong with her, I can hear it in her voice as well. So today when I called her, I could tell it was something wrong. So I was like, Mama, what's wrong? And she was like, Trump became president. I didn't even know that because I don't pay attention to it because I know about the politics, So I was like, well, Mama, God is in control of everything. And she was like, well, why did God let this happen? And there have been times in my life where I know I've disappointed my mother. This was the first time that she ever disappointed me. So let me give you a little background though. She's from Mississippi. So I kind of have to have a little bit of not sympathy for, but understanding.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that was hard for me. But I just want to share that with you, Cam. I'm gonna get back on. I pay attention to you, like I said, man. Like you're food.
Mm.
Right on, right on.
Thank you, microphone. I apologize for the late. This ain't me. I apologize for the delay in the audio or whatever this is, but that's my bro Michael. So I mean, I guess they're gonna try to force me to just do a straight dialogue type stuff. But yeah, that's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? We at the end of the spells that's been cast, all these magicians, all this witchcraft, all this sorcery that they've been doing on our minds. You know, it's really called psychological warfare, but back in the days and before we had these scientific terms, it was just called witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Sorcery, you know, people that knew the arts or the sciences of psychology on the human brain or the human mind or psyche or trauma or disappointment or lying to them, gassing them up. You know, it's all mind tricks and mind wars that they play on us. You know what I'm saying? To be able to manipulate us and use us for their own purposes. So that in itself produces like little grenades and bombs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got them set up. They got them programmed already to crash out or to blow up if you don't get your way. It's like a child. You know what I'm saying? You make them so spoiled. You promise them this, promise them that, promise them this. You know, give them a little, string them on. Like we're gonna go to the circus, or we're gonna go to this amusement park, or we're gonna go to Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? And you keep on feeding them and leading them on with that. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little by little, and they're getting happy and happy because they see they're getting a little and they're getting more. And next thing you know, when they get the peak of their expectation, and at the end, like last night, that I felt so so scared for my people, because I thought I knew what was going to happen, and it happened, and I knew the emotional reaction. One of the greatest trials in life is when you disappoint somebody. You know what I'm saying? You build up their feelings, you build up their hopes and their desires, you build up their expectations, you build them up publicly, you just build them up, knowing the whole while that even if they do get what they think they get, you still got other plans for them. You still got another agenda that they're gonna serve eventually. You know what I'm saying? But to see that, that balloon get popped, that bubble get busted, that in that way, it didn't feel good. And I knew what the response and the reaction was going to be, and what it's still going to be, because we just seen the beginning of it. This is the beginning of it. It's certain type of disappointments that lead pride to take all the way over. It just drives you, or it makes you choose to succumb to the dark side all the way, because you feeling like, okay, well, God don't care, and you start challenging and cracking your faith. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you claim you have faith in. So now it's like F it, F everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what we're seeing right now, because it's a God issue, whether we like it or not. It's a God issue. I ain't saying it's a religion issue, but it's a God issue. Whoever we believe in, this was a direct communication or a direct cause or allowance of that being. So if we didn't get our way, or our prayer didn't get answered, now what? Now what are we supposed to do? Now how are we supposed to act or think or feel towards the God that let us down? Towards the God that didn't give us what we wanted? Towards the authority, the male, because this is all in the subliminal, subconscious, understanding. God is a male, right? God is an authority male, and this God didn't, again, give us what we want and what we need and what we deserve. So since we know we can't hurt the God, the actual supreme male authority, then how are we going to look towards his little representatives? You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do towards his little representatives? We're going to blame them. Well, the stats say that, they showed up. The stats say they showed up. You know what I'm saying? By 78% showed up. So can we blame them? Is it our fault? Did we do something wrong? That we showed up more than ever before. But, whoever the real judge is didn't allow it to go our way. So now what do we do? Now what lesson are we learning? Who are we supposed to, get mad at? Who are we supposed to get mad at now? Did that make sense? Oh yeah, Rob, he said that, but I'm not getting into that. It is a God issue, but Rob said this. Yeah, he literally said, somebody said that he's the one that protected you and saved you, especially on that little Philly deletion attempt. He said that last night. I don't know if y'all remember. He said that he broke from the teleprompter script and said that part, and then went back to the teleprompter script. So he acknowledged that somebody said God saved him and protected him and to put him in the seat that he's in right now. And he's absolutely correct. He's absolutely correct. But, who made the devil? You know what I'm saying? If the devil exists, God had to make him, right? If evil exists, God had to give it power and dominion and give it authority to rule and give it, you know what I'm saying? The whole world is overrun by evil. Do the world belong to the devils? Was it created by the devils, or who's allowing them to overrun it? Who allowed them to take over heaven to the point where now there's war in heaven? Michael and his angels had to go clear heaven out because it had been took over by the dragons and by the devil, right? Well, who created the devil? Is there any such thing as any other creator? So this is what I'm trying to get us to face. Mental, emotional, spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity. This is the test that we face in the day. God made devil. Not the religion. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about whoever the real creator is, made devil, because devil exists. Are we mature enough to learn and accept why? Why did God make devil? Why did God give devil such power and time to rule and do all of the hell on earth and all of the crimes and traumas that he done to all of us? Why would God do that? Ain't that a good question? Ain't that a great question? Wouldn't that help us infinitely if we face that question and answer that question, or we would listen to somebody who might have the answers to that question that we don't want to ask? Right? I'm gonna block you if y'all just, if you're not listening to. Matter of fact, I ain't even gonna explain it. Probably turning more inwards and do more meditation so we can unplug from the outer world and resist emotional attacks scientifically. Yeah, this is about thinking. This is about thinking. This ain't about feeling. Feeling lets us know we should be thinking, especially negative feelings, especially disappointment and fear and discomfort. Like that lets us know that them feelings lets us know that we need to be thinking more than feeling. You got to think your way out of something. You got to think your way through the solutions. You don't feel your way out of it. If you're going by feeling, you're just going to spiral down, 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 and you're going to be locked in the hell of spiraling feelings. Feelings ain't going to get you out of nothing. Feelings what got you in it. Emotions is what got you in it. Only thinking and reasoning and learning is going to get you out of it. Right? Kim say, behold, I have created the smith who blows the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Hey, you know, Isaiah 45:3 or 4, something like that, where he say, I created evil. You know, I make peace in light and darkness, and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. MP. So since you got, you know, opinions, hop on the live with me. And based on what your next comment is to me is going to determine your future over here. Respectfully. Powerhouse, some say Trump was selected, not elected. He was selected. He was selected by God. Trump was selected by God. The devil, all devils were selected by God. Whoever rules any part of God's earth was selected by God. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. We have to be mature enough, mentally, spiritually, emotionally mature enough to acknowledge and confess and admit that God selected the devil. God made the devil. Now, do we want to ask why? Do we want to get into why? And, you know, that's what this is about. This is not about the politics and Republicans and Democrats or Kamala Harris or Trump. Nope. This is way deeper than that. Yeah. So, ain't that more stimulating? We grown. Like, we not teenagers. Ain't nobody on here teenagers, right? You don't want to just talk about entertainment and shit, or sports or singing or Cardi B, or we want to talk about some real stuff, right? You know, that's what gives females to respect you. If you a dude, if you just talking about partying and sports and money, you're probably single, or you probably in a failed relationship. But if you really want satisfaction in life, and you really want heaven and a quality woman and family or whatever to respect you, you're supposed to be talking about this type of subject. They got to see that you got some wisdom or some light or some deep thoughts that can motivate them. They can trust you to guide them. They see you got vision. If you just type in weirdness or whatever, then, you know, that's probably, yeah. That's on you. Feel Mo Black or Yusuf, whatever you want to do with that. That's on y'all. But, you know, I'm here trying to give my people quality conversation and value, and sharing, you know, what little grade level I understand or experience or whatever. Yeah. So Marty, I mean, when are you ever going to ask yourself these questions? Do y'all ever ask yourself these questions? Sometimes we need companions to do it with us. Sometimes, you know, we don't want to go to the physical gym, unless we got a partner that's willing to go with us. We ain't self-motivated enough. We need somebody else to go with us. It's the same with these type of subjects. We don't really want to think about them by ourselves. We need a partner to help us think about them. So that's what I'm doing. The mental, spiritual, emotional gym we can get in. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hurt you. I ain't trying to make you into some, you know, Serena Williams or some professional, whatever. I'm just trying to get you to see that it won't hurt you to work out. It won't hurt you to get under this little gym equipment, this little spiritual, emotional gym equipment. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you if you don't. This is why we hurt the way we are, because we ain't been willing to get into this subject. You know what I'm saying? We all want to be a boss. We all claim to be independent. I don't follow no man. All this big, strong, tough guy, tough girl stuff. But we don't want nobody getting into our brain. We don't really want nobody messing with what we claim to know and understand. But we already see you. You know, unfortunately, the ostrich don't have that big of a brain or intelligence. It got a big butt, a big body that it stick his little pea brain in the sand thinking that it's hiding, and your big butt is sticking out. Your big dumb body is sticking out. And that's what a lot of us are doing, even just by comment. If you comment, you're already showing your body. You're already showing your grade level. So no amount of sticking your head in the sand or not getting on the live stream can hide what you already showed. So it's not about embarrassing nobody. It's just about, I'm trying to really more just, inspire you to get in this mental gym, to talk about this subject instead of trying to jump the track and talk about something else. Like, damn, why is it so scary to talk about this subject? Why is it so scary to talk about the real concept of whoever the creator is and whatever purpose he had for making devil and the trauma that we went through, especially we got 400 years of slavery in our DNA. Like, wouldn't you want to know, like, who did this and why was this necessary? And, it's a whole nation of people, and it's a whole leader that taught me that has the answers to all these questions. And that's why we able to be in peace and content, not stressed out, not grieving, not beefing with each other, because the answers, we got the answers. And it bring us such calm and relief and peace, while people are storms and, trapped in storms all around us, mental, emotional storms of ignorance, because they don't know the answers. They don't know the answers. And then, their own ego and pride puts them in further jail or prison of their own ego, because they don't want to tell you that they don't know the answers. They want to act like they know the answers, which we see you don't. We see you, you know what I'm saying? But, it's just a vicious ego cycle. It's just a vicious pride ego cycle. And that's why they say pride goeth before destruction, and bold, haughty, arrogant spirit before a fall, because we know we know what we know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We know the condition of our people. We know our people. We are our people. So I'm not here to try to make nobody look stupid. I'm just trying to get us to think and get you to benefit from what I've been benefiting from. I want to share how we think. I want to share the information that allows us to be calm and grateful and happy and rejoicing, like the Bible say, rejoice, O ye heavens, and those who dwell in them. Right? You can take that a lot of different ways, right? We taught that the heavens is the women, right? The women of God. Rejoice, O ye. Aisha, is that my girl? I mean, not my girl like that, my sister. Man, I ain't seen you in so long. Thank you, Aisha. You just shut my whole little program down. Thank you, Aisha. Man, that's crazy in a great way. Man, I forgot what I said. You didn't. Dang, where was I? see, Aisha. Man, I guess. So anyway, yeah, you just, yeah. This ain't new. Aisha ain't new to this, and she know, she know how to stump me. Now I'm stumped. Jamila, that's her sister, Jamila and Truth Lady, yeah. And it's not she not trying to make nobody look bad. It's just, that messes with my little manhood too, because I'm trying to be a provider, and where was I, man? Anyway, avoiding the emotion landmines planted in our people, man. And the war that we gotta wage. We gotta do a real delicate operation with our people, especially our sisters, that we not blaming them, but we have to acknowledge how we've been used and who used us, and not let this, like I said, spiral endlessly downward on this emotional spiral because we disappointed because we didn't get our way, when the real value, you know what I'm saying, is in yourself. This is the God forcing you to rely on your own system, your own people, your own nation, not mixed with these other people, the former slave masters or the other people. Like you have to be connected to them for you to be successful. That's all wrong. The Father wants us to be all the way independent, interdependent and independent of our former slave masters, children, and their system all together. It's called Exodus. We're supposed to be coming out of that whole mentality and mindset and understanding why the God made devil in the first place. That was the topic really that I was just on about before Asia. Why did God make devil? You know, what is the purpose? What is the wisdom behind that? What is devil? You know what I'm saying? Just like negative force, it's necessary. Devil is just negative force, human negative force that was necessary for friction, for resistance and friction. If you know anything about electromagnetics, you know, alternating current, like Tesla, the necessary duality or polarity between the positive and negative force. Negative force was necessary for us to get this far, for atoms and molecules to stick together, to even build elements, to build, you know, creation. So, but I wasn't trying to go all the way there. I was really just trying to get into letting us see our emotional condition and not succumbing to the disappointment of the moment, not selling the farm, not crashing out because of the disappointment of the moment. Because a lot of our sisters do that. A lot of our sisters, you know, is so used to being disappointed by males, and the subconscious, the most greatest male that we are disappointed the most by is God, this character called God that's supposed to be a he or father and authority and male. And whenever he don't give us what we want, or he allows some bad things to happen to us, or he created the creature or the being that you know, that did this stuff to us, then we got to blame God. But we got to know how to blame God maturely. You know what I'm saying? We got to be mature, because God is to blame. God is ultimately to blame. So can we go there without getting a headache? Can we go there without needing a cigarette or a joint or a drink? Can we go there sober? Or is that too painful? Is it attached to too much childhood emotional trauma, religious trauma, religious con man disappointment, pimping that we've been suffering in our DNA for hundreds of years? The trauma of Christianity, how it was forced on us over, you know, all that's in our DNA. So when you hear people talking about God and this and that's gonna start creeping up in your feelings. So I'm not trying to do it like that. I'm not trying to, you know, trigger that, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just make us focus on reality. Right. Jamila say God is the best planner. Yeah. But he wants us to know his plan. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to have the knowledge of God. He don't want us to be blind believers. He don't want us just to be believers. He wants us to be believers based on knowledge that we studied about him and about his creation or his laws or his system. We can see what his system is and his laws and his plans by his creation. His creation tells us, if we study the creation, it's going to tell us without words everything we need to know. There's a reason why we have two eyes. We don't have three eyes. We don't have one eye. We got two physical eyes, two nostrils, two arms, two legs. The eyes is in front. They're not on the side. They're not behind you. The knees buckle and bend forward. Everything is designed to go forward. You don't need words or a book to tell you what that means. All you got to do is study the creation. That's the book. The creation is the book. You know what I'm saying? Law is not prison. The laws of nature is not prison. Who taught us? Who's deceiving us into thinking that authority and law, you know what I'm saying, is oppression, is slavery, is prison, is negative, is evil, is wrong? Like that's false. That's false. So I'm trying to, let us know that we created this law, not somebody else put law on us. We are the people who created the law. We are the people that created and produced the devils. We produced that. Now we got to tap into our own ancient Akashic records as God and remember why we did this. This exists because we brought it here. We, like the Bible say, let us make man, us in our image, not in his one individual, in our image, after our likeness. And we gonna give this new man or this new people named Adam, or the Adamic race, the Adamites, we gonna give them power and knowledge and dominion, meaning rulership, over everything that we created already. And we gonna put ourselves to sleep and let them F up what we created for 6 days. We made devil. We made the man of sin. We made them. Wouldn't you want to know why we made them? Why you made them? The history is written in your DNA. Do you want to study it, or you need a drink or a smoke or a cigarette or something, or you don't want to give you a headache? Well, you're going to get a real headache, real body ache, or real illness if you don't. If you don't. Yeah. The truth lady, Quran says we too. Yeah. That's why he says we. Different people, interpretations and beliefs say that's called the royal we. It really don't mean we. No, we means we. We means we. The Quran means we. That's not polytheism. That's the unity. That's ikhlas. That's why it even say he Allah is one. But all through the Quran, he's saying we, and we did this and we did that. Because we are extensions of him, of that first one. So we should know why these terrible things exist and why we helped him bring them here. Why we are affected by that. Why we have fears, why we have pains, why we have negative emotions, why we have traumas. Because the God ain't trying to destroy us. It ain't destroy us unless we judge it wrong. If we study it right and study it from a scientific perspective instead of a emotional defeated, or just an emotional reaction, then we see the value. Oh, okay. I don't have to get mad at a snake. A snake is really not evil. It can do me bad. It can take me out of here. It can poison me and all that. But God created these creatures that got fangs and poisons and teeth and, poor understandings, and look at me as food. God created them. If I go jump my ass in the ocean in the wrong place, the shark is going to eat me. God made the shark. The shark is not evil. Right? But what do I need to understand about why the shark exists in the first place? Why did we make sharks? Why did we create sharks? Because you got to include yourself, like we, you know what I'm saying? Because he said we all gods, children of the Most High God, and we created in his image. So why did we, think like a god? Why would we create spiders and rattlesnakes and scorpions and whatever it is that we scared of that's ugly? I don't want that, but no, that's the divine creation. That's a holy, righteous, divine creation that you just for whatever reason say that's ugly. Yeah, I just can't live here. Got too many bugs in it. Blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, why you think like that? If you notice, babies don't think like that. Have y'all ever studied that? Babies don't think that. Babies will touch anything. Babies will try to taste it. Babies will try to grab it. Babies ain't scared of nothing until you program some fear in them, or till they hurt themselves and record that thing hurt me. Babies ain't scared of nothing. They scared of pain. You know what I'm saying? They scared of pain and discomfort. You scream in their ear or something, you startle them. Yeah, that's painful. So we're so much closer to God when we babies, when we don't know nothing, because we don't know that we should even be afraid of this or that, because the fear in us don't exist yet. We haven't been taught no lies about nothing yet. Yeah. That's right, AD. We ignored his laws, yeah. So he ignored us and our children. So we're the doers, you know what I'm saying? We're the cause of these particular effects. Truth Lady, babies feel vibes. Yeah, we all feel vibes, but still all of it's not based on fear. Babies don't do nothing based on fear. It's not until they get certain experiences and certain poisons or whatever, then they start recording it, and that's called fear. Like cells could be considered fearful, but it's not fear. It's not emotion. Bacteria or viruses or whatever, they don't function on emotions. They function on survival instincts, and recording anything that presents a threat to their existence, to their survival. They record it. So they can remember that anytime we come across this thing right here again, that we have to, avoid it, at all costs, to the best of our ability. So that gets grown up or translated as fear. That's something I'm supposed to run from. But you was only supposed to run from it at that little primitive stage in your life. You ain't supposed to run from it forever. When you grow strong enough and wise and knowledgeable and experienced enough, then it's supposed to run from you. You're supposed to learn to master it to where it runs from you. All these sharks and killer whales and elephants and lions and tigers and bears and all of that, they run from us. Once we learn who we are, once we grow into our power, ain't no beast that can conquer us. We conquered everything. So that's what this is. Anything you fear is supposed to inspire you to learn about it, not run from it. Anything that disturbs you and upsets you, you know what I'm saying? That's the engine light that's telling you you're supposed to learn about this thing and master it, so it won't have that force or that power over you no more. Did that make sense? Or do we think we ain't supposed to suffer nothing and we just supposed to party? It's party time, and anytime, anything pop up like that, we supposed to avoid it or deny it or run from it or punk out and be a coward or act like it don't exist? Is that what we think? Nah, that's what pain and discomfort and adversaries is all about. It forces you. You can't run forever. Cowards are worthless. Cowards become food and fertilizer and compost. Cowards just feed the brave. Cowards are just ultimately food for the brave. Don't be a coward. Don't be food for the brave. Be the brave. I'm saying, be the brave. You here to conquer. You already conquered everything in your path. Everything that you was faced with from sperm all the way till today, you conquered it, basically. Well, now we done ran into stuff that we running from and cowards or whatever, but the fact we alive today, we have conquered it enough to be alive today. It didn't take us out, but it's taking us out because we avoiding it. All of the traumas and the fears and the ignorances and all that, the crimes, the guilt, the stuff that we carrying, that's taking us out. We supposed to conquer that. We supposed to face it, learn it, understand it, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Conquer it to help the people coming behind us, help our children and the next generations. So that's what I do for. Any conquering, any victory, any understanding that I gained that I didn't used to have yesterday, I hurry up and try to share it with y'all. I try to let y'all see and discern the spirit or the vibe. Like, dang, you don't seem like you capping. He seemed like he really, put this to the test and really lived it and really proved it or whatever for itself. So that's all. I can't force nobody to do nothing. Somebody was saying on my comment earlier, that's why I came on here. You be acting like Obama, like trying to tell us what to do. Nigga, I ain't trying to tell you what to do. You do what you like, nigga. Tell you what to do. No, I'm telling you what I'm doing. You could do what you do. But the fact you on here complaining like a child or a female talking about why are you watching me? Ain't nobody forcing you to watch me. So I know that's just the child inside that's screaming, you know what I'm saying, that the demon that got you possessed is saying that. That's not really you saying that. It's the demon of excuses, you know what I'm saying, that has to say that, while the child in you stay tuned in. Well, I'm going to keep on, just keep tuning in. Keep tuning in, and you'll get the strength, to go to war against the demon that's enslaving you. You'll be free enough to think, outside of your demon box. It don't happen overnight, but the fact that you hear, is good enough. You don't have to agree. A lot of times, if you disagreeing and you trolling, that means that's your demons. That's you trying to fight your way out your demon eggshell. You're trying to poke through your shell and hatch from that demon prison that you in. But yeah, it's 107, so I think I'm gonna hop off of here on that note. I'm gonna tap in. Hope I said something that makes sense. Check in with the God Queen, my wife and daughters, and I'll be back, God willing, in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 if y'all still here. Hour and a half. Peace.